to today. I didn't get a bunch of jobs that I wanted, so now we're fully locked in and making a movie. But I just went on this trip and I've been breaking out like crazy. You can't see because I'm white as a ghost. So we're gonna go get pimple patch. We're gonna Walgreens and get pimple patches, and we're gonna go welcome a coffee shop, and we're gonna get an application for a second job, so we can make a movie here. There's lots of exciting things moving. Actually, we might have found investors, which is crazy. So I'm gonna tell you about actually what the movie's about while we go on errands. Let's have fun. Oh, I didn't record any of that? This sucks. I was gonna tell you, it actually feels like fall. It did not feel like fall for most of this time that I've been here. It was like 80 degrees, and I just got back from this trip, and now it seems to be falling. It was raining all day, so I think I'm gonna go coffee shop and then Walgreens. I think that's the move. So, pleasure in and off. This was a better idea in my head. Full transparency. I did get my coffee, and I got the application. I haven't filled out like that kind of application in a long time. I didn't know they did paper ones anymore. And then I also went, and they didn't have the regular, just like mighty patches. So these were actually cheapest. And I don't love wearing star patches because I don't love having stars on my face. But Will wants some, and so I might. It'd be funny if Will's wearing them. So I got these, and there's just a lot of them. And then I got the Neutrogena ones. If I still am breaking out tomorrow and I need to wear anything to work, is how I'm feeling. I'm going to tell you about the movie, and I'm going to tell you about it while I'm doing this. It's a family drama. It is 5 siblings. They're all like in their 20s, and they're blended siblings, so I think like there's 2 pairs that are like fully related, and the other ones are not. This is the other thing. It's just like a little too complicated, so I'm really bad at like selling it. So we're gonna practice right now, okay? So it's about 5 blended siblings, and their parents die in a freak travel accident, and they decide it is cheaper to split the mortgage than to sell the house. So they all move in, but it's not cheap enough. So then they move in all their friends to help pay it all off, and it becomes like this giant frat house in the Midwest for people in their 20s. See, this already looks stupid. I'm excited. This kind of started from the sense like all my friends kept saying a lot of the same stuff about being really disillusioned with your 20s and thinking, you know, that we're supposed to have jobs and careers and live in apartments. And like every time I watch a movie, like a rom-com from the 2000s, I get so mad because like I have 2 journalism degrees, and why am I not in New York? Like truly, like why am I not working in journalism? And it's really discouraging. Also, there's this feeling, I think people our age are just really separated. And I hate saying that because for a long time I was really defending the internet, because I think the internet is this really wonderful place like we're doing right now, where we all get to know each other, we all get to make great things together. But the energy on the internet is so not the same as it used to be, and it's not like fans are now critics, and it's just really sad. You know, like it makes me, the fact that I'm nervous right now to make a video instead of like excited like I was when I was 8, it's because the landscape has changed. It's not fun anymore. It's a job. All of us in the team are so aware, like as we're making content, like that we're trying to have fun, but it's not like innately fun. That's such a weird dichotomy. Oh, where did that come from? Oh, but because of that, like a lot of us, you know, all of our friends are still the people we knew from college, so we're all connected online, but it's not the same as like real friendship. Or is it? These are the questions. So when making this movie, one of the things in my life is that my mom's side, there's this house in Massachusetts that has been in my family for a very long time. It was my great aunt Helen and all of her siblings, and they all lived in this house together when they were old. Like they either didn't get married or their spouses died or something, and they all just lived in this cute little house. It's awesome. It's like 3 stories tall. I need some work or else we'd film there. Also, my uncle lives there. Hey, Andrew. But it's that idea, right, of like your family is your family, and I think we've kind of moved away from family and away from community. Do you like that I'm like checking everything? That's the other thing about these star patches. I feel like they're gonna fall off my face. So with that, I wanted to make this movie about that. And we ended up doing blended siblings, like, for a couple reasons. There's 5 of them. The immediate ones are, the main character's Cody. She's the youngest. Well, she's a twin, but she's the youngest. She's very quiet. She's a musician. She doesn't really play for anybody. She never left her hometown, never really did anything. I don't think she went to school. If she did, she's online. She works at this music store. She's been working at it since she was 15. Does a lot of the same stuff. Really yearns for her family to like her. Doesn't really do anything about it. Her twin, Phoenix, he works abroad. Very goofy, very odd. They both came from the same mom and dad. On the mom's side, she previously had a daughter named Len. I love them all, but like I just get Len a lot. I get them all, but I really get Len. And she's very like manic pixie dream girl in this, but actually has her shit together. Like you think, you know, that she's all explosive because she is, but truly she's the only one that's like gone out and done things. So she has like a lot of experience, and she's really interesting. I love her a lot. She's really cool. Very goofy, very herself. On the dad's side, there's the eldest son, which is Troy. Troy is like an tech finance entrepreneur bro. He was in DC working on the startup. It fell apart, part of why he came home. And then there's Margot, and Margot is like the perfect Catholic girl. Got married young to this guy that she knew, probably met in, it's not called conversion, I can't remember, I'm gonna like asterisk it here. I never did it, I'm not Catholic, but I've been talking to Catholics about this character, and then she gets a divorce, and that's part of why she comes home. So they all have their own reasons, other than the funeral, to be coming back into this house. But I feel like I'm very lucky that I'm very close to both of my siblings. I'd say more to my brother right now, but that's because we live in the same house. I actually was just looking at McDonald's. I'm like, I should probably go get him a hash brown. But I think that there's a lot of people I meet that like really yearn for that. Or like I have a lot of half siblings that would be really cool if I had a relationship with. They don't want that, so it doesn't happen. And even now, like I feel like in my 20s, if they called me up, they're like, hey, do you want to hang out? I don't know if I'd say yes. You know what I mean? But I've never felt like I had like a ton of friends. I'm very close with people. I'm very extroverted. I have lots of people. But that's different than like having people in your life. And I think that was one of the questions that I had while making this, is like the people that you're built with, like your parents, that you expect to have the whole time. Kind of that process of realizing your parents are people and not just like, you know, these animatronics that take care of you. And your siblings, and a similar process with your siblings of realizing that they are people. And then your friends too. And like realizing like everyone is different, and everyone has pros, and everyone has cons. And like, why do we yearn for this thing, community, when it is like increasingly so difficult? So they all have a really hard time like becoming friends again. I would argue they're not friends. And so it's really difficult, right? To be like, okay, I'm gonna trust you with stuff. And because everyone, there's no perfect person, and I don't think there's a perfect person for you. You know what I mean? Like, I do believe in divinity, but that doesn't, like, I believe in divinity in the way that everyone is so unbelievably unique, and that I don't think we're all puzzles. Like, I really don't. I think that we all have choices, and free will is so important in doctrine, and like, we have to make decisions, therefore like there's no easy way out. And so the idea that we find community anyway, even though a lot of times it's like the source of our problems, but we're like still trying, and what we're all getting out of it. Because I think the main character, Cody, she really struggles from, she wants people to like know her. She wants people to like look at her and see her and be like, I see you, which I think is a very universal thing. And feeling very on the outs, and like you don't really belong, and people would rather you not be there, or people don't see you even when you are there, right? Like, these are all things I think we've all experienced. I definitely, even though I'm a very big person, like, I do that because I love being the center of attention, and if people aren't paying attention to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, they hate me. That's stupid, but that's how I feel. I think that it's really important to understand then if validation is not necessarily healthy all the time, right? Like that level or that anxiousness, it's like, so what are we getting from it if not this need? Because the need to be wanted is so important, and Cody's want to be seen, because really her siblings do ignore her all the time, and that's not fair, and that's not kind, and in the way they treat her is not okay. At the same time though, like, she doesn't do anything about it, she has no agency. And that's tricky. Like, what do we do with all those moving pieces at once? I don't know. I love Cody. I actually, like, partway through writing it, I was like, I really want to be Cody. Like, I want to act as Cody. I'm not the right casting, and we've talked a lot about it. But I think it's because I've never written anyone so quiet before. So I really had to, like, be there. And so I was like, we are one, Cody and I. I don't necessarily feel that way anymore. I actually think the director, well, she has said she's a lot more like Cody. But I think in this movie, like, having this lead that's kind of an observational lead, is very interesting. I'm gonna go home. Yeah. And then I'll have more to say later. Okay.